I did something to my best friend that I still think about almost every night. And the worst part is, it wasn't an accident. I knew exactly what I was doing. I just didn't think about what it would cost him. Honestly, I thought I was protecting myself. Let me go back a bit. I dropped out of school when I was 16. It wasn't some big dramatic decision. I just stopped going. I told myself I'd figure something out later. My parents weren't happy, obviously. My mom kept saying, "Just stay out of trouble. That's all I'm asking." My dad barely talked about it, but I could feel the disappointment every time he looked at me. So I started spending most of my time with my friend. We'd known each other since we were kids. Same neighborhood, same stupid jokes, same feeling of not really fitting anywhere. At first, it was small stuff. Taking snacks from stores. Walking out with things we didn't pay for. It felt harmless. Stupid, but harmless. We'd laugh about it after, like it was some kind of game. Looking back, I think we both knew it wasn't going to stay small. One night, we decided to hit a small electronic shop near closing time. It wasn't planned for weeks or anything. It was more like we were already hanging around and one of us said, "What if we just grabbed something quick?" I won't lie, my stomach felt weird before we even walked in, but I didn't say no. Inside, everything felt louder than usual. The door chime, our footsteps, my breathing. We split up like it made us less obvious. I grabbed a couple of boxed headphones and slipped them into my jacket. My hands were shaking, but I kept telling myself to act normal. Then it went wrong. An employee came out from the back earlier than we expected. My friend panicked. He knocked something over. It made this sharp crashing sound that just froze me in place. For a second, I thought we'd both run, but I didn't. I moved toward the exit. He got stopped. And when the owner started shouting, when someone said they were calling the police, I stepped outside. I told myself I'd wait. I told myself I'd go back in. I didn't. When the police showed up, they only had him. And when they asked if anyone else was involved, he looked at me through the glass. I still remember that look. It wasn't angry. It was confused, like he was waiting for me to say something. At the time, all I could think about was my parents, my mom's voice. "Just stay clean. Don't bring trouble to this house." So when an officer asked me what happened, I said I had nothing to do with it. I said I just happened to be outside. And I nodded when they suggested he acted alone. That nod, it felt small, almost invisible, but it changed everything. After that night, things moved fast. They took him in. Since we were both under 18, it went to juvenile court. I had to give a statement. I remember sitting in that small room with bright lights and just repeating the same story. I was outside. I didn't know what he was doing. He ran in on his own. The more I said it, the easier it sounded. That's the scary part. At home, my mom was almost relieved. She kept saying, "See, this is why I worry about who you're around." My dad told me I was lucky, that I got a second chance. Lucky. I nodded a lot those days. I didn't go see him before the hearing. I told myself it would make things worse. I told myself maybe he'd understand. Maybe he'd think I just got scared. But deep down, I knew what I had done. When the judge decided he'd spend time in juvenile detention, I wasn't in the room. I heard about it later. Someone from the neighborhood mentioned it casually, like it was just news. "Yeah, he's gone for a few months." A few months. I remember going back to my room and just sitting on my bed. No music, no phone, just quiet. I kept replaying that moment in the shop, the crash, the door, his face through the glass. Honestly, that look started following me everywhere. At night, I'd lie there and think about what he must have told them. Did he stick to the story? Did he expect me to fix it at the last minute? Did he wait for me to show up? I won't lie, I checked my phone a lot those first weeks. Even though I knew he couldn't call, it was like I was waiting for something to happen that would undo it, but nothing did. People in the neighborhood started treating me differently. Some thought I was smart for staying out of it. Others didn't say anything, but I could feel it, like they knew, like they were just watching to see what kind of person I really was. I stopped hanging around outside as much, not because I'd suddenly changed, but because being out there reminded me of him. Every corner had some memory attached to it. My parents thought I was improving. "You seem calmer," my mom said once. "More focused." I almost laughed. Inside, it wasn't calm at all. It was this constant low noise in my head, like I had unfinished business I couldn't escape. I'd be eating dinner and suddenly picture him sitting in some gray room. I'd be trying to sleep and imagine him explaining to someone that he acted alone. And the worst part is, he never exposed me. He could have. He could have told them everything, but he didn't. That made it heavier. Looking back, I realize I didn't just frame him in that moment at the shop. I kept framing him every day after. Every time someone brought it up and I stayed quiet. Every time I let people think I was the good one. I thought avoiding jail would give me peace. It didn't. It just gave me space to think. And when you've betrayed someone who trusted you, thinking is not your friend. I still haven't figured out how to fix it. I don't even know if I can. All I know is that one small nod, one quiet sentence in a bright room can follow you longer than any record ever could.